think that was totally. I think the truth is that I started my business to help myself, business to give myself the position that I couldn't get in corporate. No matter how many degrees I had, no matter how experienced I was, no matter how many teams I led, no matter what I was able to accomplish in accolades and awards and all the things, still wasn't able to get into positions that I knew I deserved and that I quietly saw other people getting and screwing up and depending on me to fix it. And so one day, I take off the whole day for my birthday. It was already New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve was a half day for us. And so I was only asking for the other half. And the mediocre person who was my supervisor, my director at the time, said no, because they might need me. She was traveling and they might need me. And I thought to myself, I can't do this another year. I won't do this another year. I don't care how comfortable I am. And I was very comfortable. Great salary, able to, you know,
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Nice to see everyone. Welcome, welcome. All right. Let me make sure that we are. Yes, we are recording. All right. Nice to see you all once again. All right. So, as we know, today is a lab day, which means it is a work day, which means that this is your time to get some work done. Okay. This is your time to, if you have not had a chance to start working on your midterm assignments, this is a great time to, you can feel free to quietly work on that. If you want like to show me some things that you're working on, I am happy to take a look. I'm also happy to, give you some feedback if you want to share your screen on anything. And so don't feel like you have to, do a whole lot. This is your time. And I'm basically making myself available to you all as you are working. So if you haven't got a chance to start digging in, this is a good time to do that. Um, Here we go. All right. Hey there. Hey there. Welcome, everybody. Nice to see everyone. I see Charlene, Miss Mentions. I see Coach Luana, Ayana, Cheryl. I see Amalia. Welcome, welcome, Angel. I see you. Carlisa. Nice to see you. Ashley. Welcome. Glad you could make it. Hey, Cedra. Mastermind in the house. Nice to see, always nice to see mastermind members in the house. Y'all are doing it over there. So excited for y'all. Let me see. Charlene, you are working on the emotional intelligence course, right? Is Charlene right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
How
So
you
I
doing?
hi there. So earlier I took a look at your module 1. and it is coming along well. But I did have a question for you, so I'm glad you're here. I wanted to know if you were outlining this as an e-learning course or as a workshop.
No, because I put that in as one of the options that it could be customized to be an e-learning or it can be classroom. So I don't know. I may need some help on distinguishing what it should be because I know you mentioned you can sell each module separate. And so I don't know if it could be e-learning, classroom. I don't even, yeah, that would help me. I don't know. It could be
Okay.
either or really. I don't, or hybrid or what you
Well,
think?
yes, it can be either one. Um, but I would like for us to sort of narrow down what your focus is going to be.
Okay.
So if you are planning to pitch this to companies and schools, I mean, so talk to me about where you're planning to pitch this.
It'll be companies and schools because would it be an emotional intelligence? I think it'll be appropriate in either one of those spaces. So I started using the term employees or managers or leaders, but also it could be students. So I started using in the whatever the word is for our homework. I'm using the term learners or participants because it could be either or.
Right. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, because I was looking at your activities, and those activities look like they were for in person.
Because you know what, I've done this training before in person, so that's probably why I need to customize it for e-learning. So I didn't know, yeah, because I've done it in person already for quite some time.
Okay.
Correct. And I'm used to people in a group, in a team, role playing and working together. So I have not done it in the e-space, but I think it should be able to be transferable into that
Yeah.
mode of learning.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do in the e-space, okay, remember that you are kind of switching modalities. You're going from an in-person modality to, in person where you're in a group environment to e-learning where it's, a-
Self-paced.
asynchronous, self-paced, you're by yourself, that sort of thing. And so let me see, I should be able to find um a resource for you and others on I have a resource for activities, online activities that you can use.
Okay.
So let me find that. Because the thing about it is that, as like what the mastermind is finding too, is that you never know what they need or what they are going to request of you. You don't know if they're going to request e-learning. You don't know if they're going to request workshop, and you don't want to lose the deal because you didn't anticipate one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if they ask you if you have it, and then that again, that's another way to really kind of bolster your licensing deal, since that's what you're going for. If you're wanting to bolster your licensing deal, it will be great if you're able to say, hey, I've got, not only can I do the workshops, but I can also leave you with e-learning based on what the class has learned, so that new employees that come in can, you know, they can actually participate that way until I'm able to come back. Um, what else? Yeah. So it's good if you're able to offer both. That's what I'm saying.
So those questions I have for the activities right now,
Uh-huh.
I use those same questions on my e-learning class I teach, but they're in a platform similar to your Discord because they're in a platform where all the students can get on anytime, day or night. It's not hybrid, it's completely online. and I ask those questions, those activity questions, and they have to respond and introduce themselves and talk back and forth with each student.
Mhm.
But it's already there in a portal, so they already work in the school system. So I don't know what type of platform would help. I guess it had to be something, because I had never even heard of Discord until we took this class, but it has to be, I guess, a platform where, since it's dealing with emotions and role playing and things, that they can bounce off of each other and give some real live testimonies and examples. So I was thinking about that when I did that. So that's probably why it's kind of like confusing, because I teach both online and in class.
Well, when you say I teach online, are you giving them access to learn the modules on their own and then y'all come back together at some point? Tell me
Correct.
what you mean by
Yep.
online.
Yep. I give them the chapters to read, the information to read, the questions, and watch a video, respond to it, give their feedback, talk with each other. So yes, they don't have interaction with me at all, only through me typing and texting and putting information out in the system. So that's
And so tell me, and you're already selling this to schools.
no, I'm not selling that. That's why I work. I teach.
Oh,
So I'm
okay.
not selling that. But that's why I'm probably confusing, because I kind of do both. That's probably why I'm
Well,
confusing the two, or combining the two, not confusing, combining maybe.
so when you say I do both, does that mean you are offering it to, or like outside of where you work?
I did in the about a year or so ago. I have not done any training this year, but yes, I have. But I love your workbooks and the way everything you have been presenting. I definitely have not been doing it to that level. So this course has been extremely informative for me.
Good, 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 good. So I want to make sure that I want to be able to support you as much as I can. So in order to do that, I need to kind of understand a little bit more about what your goal is, what your business goal is, where do you want to take this course?
I would like to present it, and as I guess I narrowed it down as my standalone course, or my premier course, that I could take it and license it and train it. And I don't know if it's something I need to go into the schools, and I don't mind doing that, or into the businesses, or if they want to buy it in a standalone program where it can be automated. I don't know how to automate it. You see, I can't even upload the video. I'm not techie, so I'm so used to going inside and presenting it. What I do online is through Long Star College. So I do that through their portal, their platform, and it's working perfectly for me. But when I do it for myself in my own space as HR consultant, I'm not that girl. I don't know how to make the bells and whistles. I sent you an email. I did my videos this weekend, but I don't know how to upload it. So
Now I'm clear.
that's what
Now,
my challenges are. So it's like I wear two hats.
got you, got you, got you, got you. Okay. So now it's a little bit more clear to me what I was seeing and where sort of the duplicity is. Because I was like, well, she's already got it. I don't understand. Okay. Now it makes sense to me because what you're saying, what I hear you saying is you're using the school's system.
Correct.
Got it. All right. So, and you're teaching emotional intelligence to students or to teachers?
I teach human relations, which actually I have a whole chapter and a whole section on it in emotional intelligence. But I pulled that piece out because a client requested that of me last year. So I created all of my own program and went out and did some training at some client locations because they requested. It was a business need. Like you say, the readiness. That's I'm looking at your questions. It was something that they needed for their employees. So I created a course. So now I've been tweaking it uh to fit this course builder program and kind of go along. And I've made some changes and pulling some things out of it, but I'm just trying to enhance it now to take it
Mm-hmm.
to another level, which is really, really great. So I'm excited about this
Yeah.
opportunity for that
So,
EI.
so did they say that it needed to be SCORM compliant?
SHRM compliant?
SCORM compliant?
Who is SCORM? I don't know what that is.
Okay, so let's talk about that a little bit. Um,
No, they didn't, because I never heard that word before.
okay, no worries, no worries. So SCORM compliance is basically you're putting your Lego block, which is your course, inside of their Lego block, which is their learning management system. So right now, you're working on your school's learning management system, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So companies and schools have their own learning
Yeah.
management systems, as
Yeah.
you know, because you're
Yeah.
working, because that's what's happening, right? So now
Yeah.
let's say you got a course that on emotional intelligence in particular that they want to um put in their learning management system. So basically, they're going to ask you, is your course SCORM compliant? That's SCORM.
Okay.
And I want you to know what that means. Okay. So we don't really get into that much in this course. However, now that we're talking about it, you need to know what it is. Okay. So basically you want to be able to say, yes, it's SCORM compliant. That means my Lego block can fit in your Lego block, even though the two Lego blocks have never met before. I know because they're Lego blocks that they can fit inside of each other. Just like, if somebody in Japan has a Lego block and you have one over here, you'll know with 100% certainty that it doesn't matter. Their Lego block is going to fit in yours. Why? Because it's a Lego block. Well, it's the same thing for your course. Your course has to fit in their system, no matter, where or who created it. And what that does is it creates a standardization for businesses. Actually, enterprise business is really who came up with this bright idea of courses having to be SCORM compliant. Okay. That way, they did not have to try to figure out how to configure their learning management system to outside programs. Okay, so they just require SCORM compliance. So if they ask you, you want to be able to say yes. Now, what is the challenge? The challenge is that most of the systems out in the marketplace do not offer SCORM compliance. Okay. So it's expensive. It's expensive. Um, Relatively. Okay. Not only is it expensive, most people don't know how to do the configurations. Okay. And it's not to be expected either because it's a tool of the trade. It's something that instructional designers just use, and that this is what we use. It's part of our craft, right? And so what happens is people will come to us and say, hey, I need a course. They're telling me it has to be SCORM compliant. Can y'all do that? And we say yes. And we tell them what we need. They go back and get it from the company. They go get the codes. They bring it to us. We do the configuration and we publish their files in a way that their Lego block can fit in the Lego block of the company or the school. So you can't really visibly see SCORM compliance. So you don't really know. And there have been some horror stories. We've had to fix stuff too. People will go and they think they can go on Fiverr. Okay. They can go to Fiverr for everything. And then and then they still have to go back, and whether they use us or somebody else, they still got to go back and get it fixed. Because why? Because those codes have to be right. And here's the other thing. If you change even one thing on that course, the files have to be updated again. If you change even one thing.
Yeah.
Which is why we're on an annual basis with our clients. So if they come back and say, hey, Kat, we got another module we want to add, they don't have to pay again just because they have, just because they add something. We just reconfigure and republish the files that they can give to the business or the school. Okay, because we know you're going to need an updated file.
Yeah,
and
sometimes.
if they update on their end, you will have to update the published files. Okay. if they say, oh, this is fantastic, we now want to add an assessment on to your program. Okay, no problem. But guess what? It has to be SCORM compliant.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, saying that to say that um you now know what it is. Okay, you now know what it is. And so now as we think about, okay, what is my goal? And a lot of people will go through it. It's like, well, why can't I just use Teachable? Well, why can't I just use my Go High Level? Well, why can't I just use Kajabi? Because they don't do SCORM compliance. Because they don't need to. They don't need to because those are all consumer sites. There's a difference between consumer platforms and ones that are designed for business and schools. That's why you will never see a business send their people to Kajabi to take a class. You're not going to see it.
Yeah,
They're
can
never.
I ask I'm sorry, can I ask a question? I
Sure.
don't want to forget.
Oh, no, sure.
I remember the last week you said that if we were selling it for businesses, that if we wanted to record a video, it'd probably be best if we're not on camera, and you didn't expand on why it would be important. Because I thought we had to be on camera introducing the course, but you said businesses maybe not. So I just had that question.
Yeah, so let's talk about it, right? So not all industries are the same. Let me just say that first of all, okay? Not all are the same. But in the more conservative ones, I would say, like the finance industry, banking, um, just think the more buttoned up it is, the less they probably want to see faces necessarily, for a lot of different reasons. Okay. Number one, because especially if it is an international company or something like that, they just don't want to have to worry about whether or not the face on the screen is representative of their workforce. They just don't want to worry about it. Okay. So what typically happens is that they default, they always default to white faces. They always default to white faces. Okay. Um, and if it's not a white face, they tend to, I'm not gonna say second guess it, but put more thought into it than they probably should. And it's not usually in our favor. Okay. Um, so what I like to say is there is no right or wrong answer. You want to think about what's important to this particular business. When it comes to businesses and schools, they don't really care about your personal brand like that. They don't care how many followers you have. They don't care if, you know, they're not thinking about how does this person look on camera? Is this like they don't care about that. What they care about is the information that we're needing to get across, is it there in this program? Is the information there? Is it going to teach my people something? Are they going to have better compliance? Are they going to be able to make me more money? Are they going to be more efficient? That's what they care about. And so if you're having like a negotiation with a company and you have a long-standing relationship with them, they know you, you've been there lots of times, they expect to have an ongoing relationship with you. There aren't a lot of people that have to approve whether your training. They're kind of the decision maker there. It's not a I'm telling you, I hate having these conversations because we shouldn't have to go through this. I really hate it, but I have to tell y'all the truth. Okay. And the truth is that we're going to be judged because we don't have white faces. They're going to look at how we talk. They're going to look at how we present. They're going to look at
Absolutely.
every single thing is going to be scrutinized. So that means that you have to sort of make a bit of a choice as to whether you care if you're on camera or not. Okay. And that's another reason I will tell you, that is another reason why people come to us, my agency, on the agency side. Because as soon as they see that we are a Black owned, woman owned business, for a lot of companies, that's a great thing because they know they're going to get diversity in what we create. Our presentations are going to reflect diversity unless they tell us not to. Like, some people come to us because of that and because they don't have to explain it to us. You get what I'm saying? We get it. But going to somebody else, like, they might not get it like we would get it, if that makes sense, if y'all are following with me. So if you don't have a relationship with them and they're not as necessarily concerned one way or another, now there are a few ways to deal with it, okay? And we can talk about that too. There are some ways to deal with it. But if they're not as concerned about it and you're pretty sure that they're not concerned about it, and you feel like they would see your presence there on camera as a plus, then by all means, absolutely be on camera as much as possible. But there are some other reasons why they might not want you on camera. Okay. There's some other reasons. If they have to make changes, they don't necessarily want to have to come to you every time they want to make changes. They don't, so that's could be one of the reasons. It's almost like what I have found is like doing your trainings in person, they don't really mind as much. It's not as much of an issue, almost because it's like they're not marrying you, it's just a date. Get me? But if you codify it in an e-learning that is potentially going to be used for at least a year or multiple years, then it's kind of like they think about it twice. Yeah, I see hands. I think I saw Ayana first and then Carlisa. Y'all have questions?
Yes, so if we're selling it, does that mean that we shouldn't do voiceovers if they're going to potentially change it in the future versus like us just giving them a PowerPoint presentation with the information, or what should that look like?
No, do your voiceovers for sure. No,
Okay.
no. Do voiceover.
Okay, just
Okay.
not our face in it.
Yeah, for sure. Just remember that because it has to be accessible. Accessibility means that it has to be able to be accessible for people who are hearing impaired as well as visually impaired. So if I am visually impaired, I would benefit from being able to hear it. That's why you want the video. If I am audibly impaired, I need to be able to read it, even if I can't hear it.
Okay, that makes sense.
So one of the things, okay, I mean, y'all, the truth of the matter is that we have to use these technologies to our benefit. There's AI out there that will do the voiceovers for you. Okay. I mean, again, I hate these conversations because it's so annoying what we have to go through. But sometimes it can be to our benefit as well. I'll give you another scenario. There was one client that we had that they wanted a voiceover, Ayana, that sounded like an African American woman. And if you know anything about AI voices, you know that African American women voices are hard to find,
Yeah, they
right?
don't translate well.
Right, TV? You really can't find they have not taken the time to pull it off well. Now they can find anybody else in the world, but some kind of way, a Black woman, they can't seem to nail it. So we end up sounding, they will even do African accents before they will do African American woman. Okay. I see you shaking your head, TV. You know what I mean? So they will come to us because they know we can do it. And we can, and it's not a problem, right? They got to pay more. Okay. But yeah. So it can work kind of either way, depending on what they're looking for and depending on what they. I gave you another example. Uber Eats. Uber Eats, and I have to kind of give them some credit a bit because they knew who their audience was, and they knew that they wanted us to build out courses for restaurants that weren't doing as well. And a lot of those restaurants, come to find out, not surprising later, were Black owned restaurants. So they knew that. And they wanted diversity in their presentation. They did not want, you know, they did not want Crisco brand, okay? They wanted diversity, and they were very clear about that. And so that's what they got.
I
Thank
got a
you.
question for you.
Will you do me a favor, love? Hold on just 1 second for me. Will you do me a favor and get me a super coffee at the top of the landing, please? Thank you. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I'm in the process of doing this module, and I'm torn because I know that they want white voices.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to, give it to you basic, but I'm trying to reach us, if that makes sense with this course.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have my AI agent that I have it trained to talk African American for me.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there's some people that have been in our Discord that was like, I really resonated with what you said, the visual images, piggybacking off on what you said. I'm not really trying to do my course uh for them. I'm trying to do it for us. So I'm asking myself, should I keep it urban with the urban tone, or should I stay with the white tone, or just keep it, just keep it generalized, if that makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. It depends on who. Hold on 1 second. Babe, you see it, love? Okay. Sorry, I need my super comfy. It depends on who your audience is. It's for your audience. So if your audience is Black people, then make it for Black people. And the thing about it is that, thank you, love. Yeah. All right. Okay, be safe. Is that you can change it. That's the beauty of AI,
Yeah.
right? You can change it. You can change it. So yeah. I think you go for who your audience is and who it's ultimately for, you know.
Mhm.
I'll give you another example. Who was that? Small Business Administration, working with them. They were very, very particular about the diversity. I mean, down to the, like, we even had to come up with a coding system to satisfy their request that we be even-handed in the diversity. And so what I mean by that is we had to have like almost equal numbers of each type of demographic. Black women, black men, white men. We had to have Muslim, we had to have Hispanic presenting. We had to have differently abled represented, and it had to be even across the entire program, and it was huge. So we had to like develop a special coding system for them. Yep.
Hey, Kat. Thank you for this information. It's incredible. I was playing around with the napkin app. Oh my goodness, it blew me away. Me and my son, he was like, "How did it do that, Mom?" I was like, "This is
Yeah,
crazy."
it's
He was
dope.
like, "I told you, isn't it, TV? It's pretty cool."
Look, she said it
I
last week, and I low key didn't say nothing, and I was like, "Let me just see what this is all about." And man,
Yeah,
when I tell you, I forgot to
I
mention it before we
know.
got out of class, and I was like, "This, this shit is dope." Excuse the language, but
It's pretty cool.
this
It
shit is
is.
dope. Like I had never, and out of
Yeah,
all the apps that I be on, I never heard of it
yeah.
before. So I had to
Me
tell my
Napkin is
either.
groups.
amazing, isn't it?
I
It's
had to tell
really
my people about
amazing.
this.
And it's
Yeah,
crazy that
napkin
it's
is
free.
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
I
free.
know. I know. I was like, what? Yeah, I was hyped. My son was too. He was like, he was even online looking like, when did this app come out? He was just like super excited to do research on it. I was just like, yeah, this is incredible. I wanted to, so with the voiceover thing, I mean, I love being on camera, but I understand what you're saying too. You don't want us to be disqualified by any prejudices or anything like that. Which I totally agree with that. Can you recommend any apps? Because I don't know of any apps that can do the voiceover that where
Yeah.
you like maybe a universally accepted voice.
Mhm.
That's compassionate and all that. Because I'm talking about narc abuse, and I don't want it to sound like, yep, healing, like kind of robotic. I want it to be very
Mhm.
like nurturing and comfortable. So that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. And if
Thank
any
you.
of you all use, I'm sorry, Carlise, I forgot about you, love. Yeah, and feel free to unmute yourself.
It's okay. Go ahead.
And if you all know of any other ones other than the ones I use, the one I use the most is 11 Labs. Have y'all heard of 11 Labs?
Davis is the only black voice
No, I
that's
never.
available.
I
I haven't
know,
heard
No, I
Davis.
haven't.
Davis be getting wore out. Davis gets worn out. I know.
So
But at least they gotta have a black man. I have yet to find a good black woman.
yeah, Davis is the only one that I know that's out there. There
Yeah.
was a service, and they just stopped it. They just stopped it, but I'm using a service called Realcraft AI. So the ones who saw that video that I did, it
Mhm.
allows you to create that story that you saw. I prompted it to give me the story, and then I submitted a 2 minute. The tier that I have, you can submit up to 3 voices a month, and then you can
Mhm.
turn your voice into AI, if that makes sense. So that was not even my real voice. So that you
Now you
saw on
use
that
real
video
craft for that. Now, how are you spelling that? What's the website?
R REEL craft.ai.
Got you. Okay, so now look, I could not tell the difference. And to me, that is better than the clone from 11 Labs
Mhm.
because that sounded exactly like you to me,
I
but I
appreciate it.
couldn't tell the difference.
Yep. So you give a sample, you got to give a minute sample of your voice, and it automatically processes the information. You write out your prompt. And it was crazy because on Monday of last
Mm-hmm.
week,
Mm-hmm.
I had a conversation with the founder. He lives in India, and I was
Uh-huh.
getting frustrated because I told him, I said, "Sir," I said, "I'm prompting and I keep saying tall boy, tall black male, 40 in his mid 40s with a lightly shaven beard, bald head, wears glasses. And after I get through, you give me white faces." And
Mm.
and he lives in India. And I'm like, "Sir, this is not acceptable for me. And I've been dealing with this since July." And so he showed me how to go in and change it. And because I had the pro tier, he
Yeah.
was like, "This is how you do it." And he showed me. I still got a couple white faces, but it wasn't as bad as what I had. And then when I submitted my voice,
Mm-hmm.
that voice, I was thoroughly pleased with
Yeah.
that voice. And
That
then
voice was on point.
I have another service. I'm trying to find the name of it.
I
But
Mm-hmm.
I
didn't
have
hear
my
it. I gotta
own
check it out.
AI avatar, where I actually gave 5 to 7 minutes of video of myself, and then I also uploaded my audio sample. They make sure
Yeah.
you give permissions, and I literally have my own AI avatar. It looks just like me. And when
Are
we
you
talk,
using Colossian or
no.
what's the other one? Ah, oh God, what is the other one? I can't remember. There's quite a few of them now out now. It used to be that oh geez, name of that app. Let me just look it up. Hang on 1 second. So look, this is how I see it. Okay. Um,
What did LaWanna say?
hold on. What's the one that I'm looking for? Synthesia. That's right, Synthesia.
I think I have access to that, but I don't use it.
Okay. Or Hey Jen is another popular one.
So give me 1 second because I'm trying to find the other one, but I think I have access. No,
How do you spell agent?
How you spell what now?
hey, like the word hey and then Jen. So HEYGEN.
Yeah, Hey Jen. Uh-huh. So now the only thing is, so I'm curious on yours in terms of the pricing because they usually charge you per minute.
No, so with this one, it works off of credits. So if you do 4K images, you get 25 credits. It takes 25 credits. If you do
Mm-hmm.
4K animation, it takes 50 credits. HD happier, it takes 100 credits. And then they just released this new thing called Minimax that I haven't had a chance to do. And
Uh-huh.
then I'm on tier 2.
So it does
And
well, okay, you looking for what the name of the company is?
no, this is the real craft that you're talking about. And I get 500 credits per month.
Oh,
So
real, okay. That's on the real craft. You also have your actual video avatar of you.
oh, no, that's something else. That's spiritme.tech. So I can share my screen and show you a video. Let me see if I can find something.
Yeah, because I want to see how well it does. Now, because right
Oh,
now,
this thing is on point.
Synthesia is kind of like the market leader, quote unquote, but
Y'all got to stop. So I'm gonna give y'all. I shouldn't do this. Shouldn't do this. Ooh, I shouldn't do this.
Do it, TB. Do it.
do it,
No,
do it,
no, because
do
this
it.
is how I be making my money. This how I be making my coins.
No
You ain't
money.
gotta worry about us stealing
No.
your money. We don't know how to do it. We just learning from you.
Thank
Listen,
you.
Hey, like, come on, brother.
show,
Like,
show us,
come
sister,
on,
what you
bro.
got.
No,
Come on,
twin.
We ain't
Hey,
finna steal
twin.
your,
that no twin.
we ain't in that
Come on,
spirit.
bro.
We just
Come on,
looking.
King. Come
Yeah.
You know you
on.
love us.
Coach Dewana said, come on,
No.
King. Come
So
on.
so I'm big on SaaS deals, software as a service.
mm-hmm,
So my girlfriend and I, when the pandemic first hit, I was all about buying my whole living room is a TV station. Like a whole living room is a TV station. Like this is what I do.
mm-hmm.
And I was buying cameras, capture cards, everything that you needed. And then somebody was like, "Hey, you need to shift from hardware because hardware gets outdated, and every year they keep saying this is the next best greatest phone. This has
Right.
2 new features. And I'm
Right.
like, use what you got. Stop buying all this hardware. So she
Mhm.
got mad at me, and she's in the other room, believe it or not. But she bought me this A10 mini, and she was like, you don't even use it. And I'm like, but I don't have a use case for it right now, but I know I want it. And
Mhm.
now I use it every week now, but at the time I wasn't using it. Now, about 2 years ago, I said, instead of buying all this hardware, why you still need software? Because I suck at writing emails. I'm struggling with my writing.
Yeah.
I need to find this software to where it can help me with closed captioning. Because you said something about closed captioning the other
That's
day.
right.
And
Right.
if if TikTok goes out of business, then that also takes out CapCut.
Right.
So if you take out CapCut, then what else am I going to use?
Right.
So you got to find these other editing softwares. You got to find these other live streaming softwares. You got to find these other
That's
tools
right.
that help you be able to survive. So I found it's called SaaS, and I
Mhm.
found a couple websites that was like, hey, we offer these lifetime deals, and they have
Can you
tiered
spell it,
pricing.
please, TD?
I don't know. I'm trying to get the spirit me first.
Oh, dang.
I'm
Oh, you
trying.
talking about Sumo? You talking about
Apps,
Sumo?
yeah, AppSumo. They got
AppSumo?
so AppSumo, and then you type in whatever field that you're in, and you go from there. So basically, you just got to go with whatever's in your budget, and once you go with whatever's in your budget, you just get the deal, right? And then you have 60 days to try it for free. If you don't like it, you can return it, no questions asked. It is what it is. And a lot of these other services are like that. The only problem now is a lot of these deals, they've been folding. So now you've just invested a lot of money. And if you let it sit on the shelf, and it's a term that we use in the SaaS community called shelfware. If you have this deal sitting on the shelf and they go out of business, and you just invested 59, 79, $99, you're gonna be mad if you find out that these people, and that's just tier one. You're gonna be mad that you just invested this money and now you out of pocket of, the tier one. Well, what about tier five that's $4.99, $5.99? You just invested that money and now that company has now folded. So a lot of deals have been folding as of recently. I've been blessed because I can count on one hand how many deals have gone under, but I'm still like, I'm on the fence. Like, please just don't go out of business. I'm not ready
Mhm.
for that. But you have to be prepared, but you have to do your research. So for a guy like me, I'm in these groups, I'm asking questions, I'm reading the comments, and I'm saying, how bad do I need this for it to work? How bad do I need this service? So I got over 120 deals that I've
Wow.
accumulated over. So now I'm trying to turn all of this into a business and say, okay, you need voiceover work? Got you. Say less. Just give me your script. Let me go ahead and do whatever I need to do. Oh, you need closed captioning because your transcript, what is it? The stuff that college kids need. They need
Right.
to. So I got you. Say less. You need this service over here. You need an email template service. Got you. Say less. Bring me in, and that's how we work. So that's why I said I don't want to tell all the deals, but
Right. Well, yeah, you don't have to do that, but um I was just interested in the in what you were using for the avatar piece.
yeah, I'm about to give you that right.
Because that is directly related to, and see, this kind of goes back to our family conversation about, listen, you can sell it without them having to know anything about who's on it or in it or whatever it is. Businesses, they don't tend to really care if your face is on it. It's not like consumers. Consumers want to see your face. Businesses don't tend to really care about that.
Can I share this with you right?
Yeah, go ahead and share.
So tell me if you see this.
Oh my
Do you
nose.
see it on the screen?
It's coming.
Do you see it?
Yep.
You see
Okay,
me on
let's see.
you see me on the screen?
We see somebody.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my avatar. Here you go.
Hi, we see you. We see you.
Now you're gonna have to share the sound.
That's what
Okay.
I was saying. You don't hear the sound.
Well, if you stop sharing, you can elect to click toggle share sound so we can hear the sound.
All right, give me 1 second. How do I get?
Just stop sharing, and then when you share again, you're gonna see in the, I think it's in the top right corner, it says share sound, so you can share the sound, so we can hear it
You got
and
a problem. How do I stop sharing? I hate Zoom. Oh
It's
my God.
actually at the bottom where you share your screen. You'll be actually hold on.
okay,
No,
Give
I
me a
got four.
second.
I
It's
got a.
at the top.
I'm gonna kick you off. I'm gonna
Oh,
kick you.
there we go. I got it.
Okay,
I found it.
all right. So
So
I'm gonna stop sharing, and then you can share again and share the sound.
so hit share, and then when I hit share in the top right, it says, "Oh, share sound." Okay, I got you.
Uh-huh.
Here we go. Media player.
Ooh, I think my allergies are trying to act up.
There you go.
Same here. I'm going through the same thing you're
Your
going through.
your allergies. Ooh.
Yes, ma'am.
Ooh.
Here you go.
Hey you, yeah you, what's good? TB2 tapping in. Black History Month is here, and I'm dropping some knowledge on you. This isn't just about remembering the past, it's about building the future, you feel me? I'm challenging each and every one of you to support a black-owned business every week this February. Food, wellness, clothes, whatever. Show some love. 28 days, 4 weeks, 4 black businesses. Let's make it happen this month. Remember, your dollars talk. They ain't just green, they're a statement. Let's strategize and bring some exposure to some well-deserving businesses. If you see a business, highlight them on your respective socials so everyone can be aware on your feed. Now, in all fairness, they do have to be right and have their affairs in order, but let's give them some grace within reason. Now, I get it. Money is not as disposable as it used to be, so let's support and give the love where we can. Appreciate y'all.
I think it looks pretty good.
And the sound is really good too. I like that.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
sound
that's
is on
really-
point.
That was really neat.
So I do this almost every week as a promo video that I do. This was just for the Black business for Black History Month, but I try to do this for a promo every week for my live show for my to promote our tech show that we do on Wednesday. But it's funny because people think that that's really me, and I'm like, no, that's my avatar. That's my AI voice, and you see the natural hand movements.
Yeah.
And it also has emotions, but I haven't learned how to make. I mean, they showed me how to make it smile by putting in the brackets and saying you want to insert an emotion inside the brackets, but I just haven't taken the time to do that. My focus right now is on that real craft. And I like it, but unfortunately, like I said, I had to have a conversation with the founder last Monday about get the prompting of black faces. So because of that, that's kind of where it's like, let me focus on this real craft. But this is something that I plan to deploy a lot more in 2025.
Hey, very good, very good, very good. I like it. Now I will say, I think Synthesia is still probably number one in the market in
Yeah, it
terms
is.
of like realistic avatars.
Yeah, but that's their avatars that they're giving you. Now you can use their avatars.
Right.
You can use this company here, SpiritMe.tech. They're
Yeah.
the competitor to Synthesia, but you can't create your own personal avatar through Synthesia. That's what
Right.
made.
Okay. So you can use your avatar anywhere.
Yeah, I can create this right now, and you can say, Tallboy, can you give me this of you? Now, don't get me wrong, this avatar costs some money now,
Right. Right.
but it ran me about $300 to create, to say I'm gonna create this avatar.
That's
But once
cheaper
they,
than Synthesia.
huh?
That's cheaper than Synthesia.
Yeah, like I said, one AppSumo, finding the deals, doing the research, hearing the comments,
Right.
being in forums, I do this. Just like y'all
Right.
know makeup and y'all know lace fronts and y'all know fingernails and all of that. I don't know nothing about that. But when it come to tech and this stuff here, I'm in those groups and I know where to go. So I hate for somebody to say I'm gonna go on AppSumo and I'm gonna buy a deal. It's like you really have to do your research. So I'm throwing out the disclaimer now. If you do buy something on there, please do your due diligence because they it looked good, but then when they ghost you and they haven't made any updates, then you're gonna be upset. So I'm not asking and telling you to go over there, but if you choose to, just please do your research, because I hate for you to get like, oh, I need this, I need that, and I need this, and the next thing you know, you look up and you like, I'm 500 down, and then you find out 3 months later that one of these companies have folded. So
I get it.
I'm throwing out the disclaimer.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. So yeah, I think that the overall message is, okay, think about who your intended audience is, okay? The beautiful thing is that you can adapt your course to any language, any culture, any whatever. I mean, and literally in seconds. It can be in French, it can be in Spanish, it can be in any language, any, you get me? So that's the beautiful thing. And for relatively inexpensive. Okay. Um, yeah. So, but when it comes to, whether or not you are the intro, it depends on who your audience is. If your audience is consumer, definitely your face, your intro, you, for sure. When it comes to businesses, know your audience. And here's the thing. Hopefully, you are building a relationship of trust. Okay? And this is what, Cedric can tell you that, the mastermind folks can tell you that we focus a lot on cold relationship building. We focus a lot on, making sure that we're building the kind of relationship and trust on that side of the house so that you can kind of have these conversations. What kind of diversity are you looking for, if any? And, and a lot of times they'll say that they want diversity, but do they?
No, they don't.
Right. Do they?
No.
Right. And what, is crazy. But some of them get it. Some of them actually do get it. Some of them do. A lot of them don't, but some of them do. Okay.
So let me ask you,
Um,
as far as the format
Mhm.
of this, because right now I have it in a Word document as far as my module one, but
Yeah.
I'm seeing in the Discord somebody had a blue PDF or whatever. Should it be in a PDF? Are we talk?
Well, again, it it kind of depends on what your goal is for this course. And what your intention is for this program. Um, if you're intending to sell it to businesses and schools, then, it's gonna it'll probably look a different way. If you're, if you're strictly going to be in the consumer space, that's different. Okay. Um, if you're going to offer it as e-learning, or if you're going to offer it as a workshop, there are lots of different ways that you can offer it. So you have to kind of start with the end in mind. What we've been working on is the actual content and understanding what needs to be in there. All right. And I want you to be able to use which is why we started with the framework, is to be able to use that framework in either a workshop format or e-learning, where it really doesn't matter, that you still have the you still have the foundation. regardless. But you want to be thinking about, hey, am I selling this to consumers or am I trying to get this in a business?
So do consumers really purchase like a course on emotional intelligence? It is so
No.
many, just like, huh?
Uh-uh.
I didn't think so either. That's why I was thinking, because there's so many EI trainings out there, even in the HR world, even in the corporate world, there's so many. But everybody bring their own individual flair to it, but it's the concept is still the same. It's just the style of teaching.
Right.
The
Well,
information is still the same.
right. Well, there are some topics that are better suited or,
Yeah.
for consumer audiences, and some are better
Mhm.
suited for business audiences.
Yeah.
There are some courses that are more suited for business that B2C would not be interested in,
Yeah.
and vice versa. So yeah,
Um, is it okay if I show you my module that I have?
of course.
Because I think I like how it's come along. I, I'm having a little issue with my manifestation journal PDF, but other than that, let's see. How
Okay,
can
so are you showing the journal or are you showing the
I'm actually showing the module
okay,
itself, but it
got
has like the journal linked in the module itself.
it.
Okay, let me get to my share screen. Bear with me because like it's kind of awkward on this phone.
No
I'm not
worries.
used to using this one for Zoom. Um, 1 second. Let me get to it. Where did I put it? I used ChatGPT to do it, and I added my personal stuff to it
Okay, now you
to
use
break it up.
ChatGPT to do what exactly?
The module itself, with adding the stuff that I needed to it, adding my personal stuff to it
Okay.
to to create it. Where is 1 second? I'm sorry. This is crazy.
No worries, take your time.
Is this it? Yeah. Is that the one with it? Okay.
Mhm.
But what I want to do is like create slides for it because I'm wanting to do mine for business. Where is the okay screen?
Okay, remind everybody what your topic is.
Mine is identity shifting for businesses
Uh-huh.
and entrepreneurs. Oh, start broadcast. Duh. Okay. Is it bringing it up?
It's coming.
Okay.
Mhm. Okay, now tell me exactly what you're sharing. What are you showing? What is this?
I'm actually showing the module that I created in ChatGPT. Um, as soon as it's not even showing me being,
It's just kind of spinning around.
yeah, it's buffering here too. Oh, wow.
Are
Don't
you sharing it from your phone?
Yeah, because my computer is still dead, so I did everything on my phone.
Oh, okay. Is it a video?
Um, no, it's just that actual module because I wanted to ask you about that because since I'm dealing like with entrepreneurs and corporations and things, I wanted to know, should I mainly focus just like on doing like the slides or whatever and like the audio files and stuff like that for the company instead of doing videos, since you said they tend to not want to deal with the video aspect of it.
If your video is high quality,
Okay.
okay, That's number one. That's for
Okay.
everybody. Okay. The
Right.
first thing you want to think about is regardless of whether or not you're going to be on video or not, is the video high quality? If it's not, don't even bother. Not
Okay.
when you're talking about selling it to a business.
Right.
Okay. So,
Yes.
or business or a school, I recommend professional videography. If you don't
Okay.
have, you don't want to play, or if you're going to be on camera.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, 1 second here. And where I just had it. Okay, here it is. This
Okay.
is pretty much what I did. That's the welcome, the about me. Is this kind of what you were looking for with the first module, or
Go back to the top, please.
sure?
What lessons are in your module 1? Just read them off to me.
The
Okay,
lesson.
before you do anything,
Mhm.
tell me what your course is about.
My course is about how identity shifting can help corporations, their employees, and
What are your learning objectives by the end of this course?
by the end of the course, they'll be able to deal with
No, I'm still
work-life
with it.
balance.
You should be using, at this point, you should be using verbs to start your sentence. By the end of this course, you will be
Okay.
able to analyze, identify, describe, measure.
By the end, I use develop. Is that okay?
Okay, there you go. Perfect. Perfect. This is what I was looking for. So anytime somebody asks you what your learning objectives are, be ready to spout these off. By the end
Yes,
of the
ma'am.
course, they will be able to develop a leadership and confidence identity, eliminate imposter syndrome, increase productivity and work-life balance, create lasting change. Okay, I like it.
That's it.
So,
And here's my lesson 1.
okay. All
And just
right, go back up to your learning objectives. So this is how I audit courses. I want to
okay.
see if so you tell me the first thing I'm going to do is and this is your framework. This should be your framework.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. So the first thing we need to do is develop a leadership and confidence identity. So go down to
This is the lesson because I explain what identity shifting is, and then go into
uh is that connected or related to, go back up to number 1? Go back up, go all the way up, learning objective number 1.
Yes, ma'am.
Learning objective number 1 is to develop a leadership and confidence identity. Align your subconscious concept with success, authority, and high performance. Develop
Yes, ma'am.
leadership and confidence identity. Hold on. Okay, this
So I should remove this part and just kind of like,
so I want to see something about how am I developing my leadership
right,
identity. Now you talk about shifting my identity, but not developing my identity.
right. Okay.
Words.
I'll rework that session.
Now, if you mean shift, that's fine, but just
Mhm.
make sure that your learning objective aligns with what you're
Okay.
saying. Okay, Coach Sawana, sorry you have to go, babe. Okay. We'll see you next week, okay?
Thank you so much. Good evening, guys.
You got it,
Good
love.
evening.
Okay. Just make sure it aligns, okay?
Okay. So, but is this generally what you were expecting?
What generally, yes,
Okay.
but go down. Is that it?
It's supposed to be more, but it looked like I lost a piece.
Where is, okay. I
Oh,
don't
here
know
it
if
is.
I'm seeing all of the lessons that are in module 1. I don't know if I'm seeing that. Like,
Well, it gives you the journal prompt, the visualization practice, and the affirmation
well,
for the
before we
lesson.
can get to activities, I
Okay.
want to go back to what I'm learning.
Okay.
So, real world leadership and confidence. Go all the way back up to the top. Go all
Okay.
the way back up to the top. Let's take a look at this. All the way to the top.
Okay. So I need to rework that one.
Well, your about me, that should be in your intro video.
Okay. So
That's not necessarily in the course, so to speak. It should be in
okay.
your intro video. Okay. Learning objectives and by the end of the course. That is actually you. So this is what I want you to understand.
Okay.
That your core content, your
Mhm.
framework, this 4-part framework that I'm looking at
Mhm.
is actually your modules 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay. So
You get me?
yeah.
Your first module, module 1, should be the welcome and introduction, any kind of foundations, any kind of mindset you want us to be in, any kind
Okay.
of tools and equipment you want us to have, like the journal and any
Okay.
kind of thing. All of that is your module 1.
Okay.
Then you can get into the core content, which is your module 2, 3, 4, and 5, which is your 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So I
Yeah.
was expecting to see, and this is fine, but I was expecting to see module 1 with the welcome and intro, and then you are to make your decisions about what I need to do to start off. Is there a mind? And I think you should have a mindset lesson. Okay.
Right.
In that mindset lesson, that's where you talk to me about making the shift.
Okay.
Okay, why it's important and what process am I going to be going through as I go throughout this course. So those are the things that should be in module 1.
Okay.
These
So
are actually the core content pieces.
okay.
I just want to make sure that makes sense to you.
Hold
If
up.
not,
So
feel free to
Yeah.
ask me
I'm
questions.
lost.
Yeah. I'm kind of.
Okay, TB, are you lost as well? Is everybody else lost on terms of what you're supposed to be doing?
So, mine is on travel. And so I took the travels and I took the T in the travel as module 1.
It
But
is
you're
not
saying
module 1.
it is not?
No. Your module 1, that is not module 1, even though that is the first module of your core content. That is the first module, which is your module 2. Module 1 should be setting me up. Module 1 is, think of that as like your preliminary module that tells me what I need to have, what I need to be thinking about. Do I need to I have no idea. But what preliminary things do I need to be thinking about, doing, seeing, making a decision about, before I even get into the travel piece? I'm not there yet. I'm new at this. So what do I need to be thinking about? Do I need to be thinking about what expectations do we have? Can module 1 be seen as a core syllabus? No, not a syllabus. Module 1 is the preliminary
Is it like the introduction to the course? Like, this is what you're expected to do. This is what you're expected to learn. This
Yes,
is the
but
setup before we even get into the real lessons.
before we even get
Mhm.
into the real lessons,
Okay.
you should be, and the reason why I'm not telling you all a lot, because this is y'all's work. This is what I want you to figure out. Okay. I want you to figure out what your audience needs to know before they start traveling, before they get into any of that content. What do I need what expectations do you have? What mindset do you need to have, or what shift might you need to make? What equipment or tools might you need to have? What should this be a family conversation, or should this be, what if you're going solo? These are some things to think about. These are some things you should have ready. These are some things that you should be prepared for. Those of you all who have emotionally difficult topics, you might want to talk about, hey, here are some expectations. This is what you do if it starts getting to be too much for you emotionally. This is what I want you to do. This is before we get into the meat and potatoes.
Can I share my screen when she gets through?
Sure.
Okay. 1 second. Let me get
No,
out.
no, no. Take your time. Take your time. I'm in no rush.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rework the whole thing then, because
So part of you all's work is, I want you all to figure out where your people need to start. What do they need to know before they get started? So it's
okay.
not necessarily the syllabus, it is before you even get to the syllabus. What do you need to get started? Do I need certain software? Do I need certain equipment? Do I need a certain mindset? Do I need to understand certain expectations? Do I need to know where to go for this, that, and the other? Do I need some resources to start me off? What do I need to be successful in your course?
So I still need an actual welcome intro video to my course, or can it be
Yes,
like that?
that the welcome and intro is the very first lesson. That's one. Okay. And
Okay.
I saw your question. So okay, so let me come back over here. Whose course was this?
So should that be the only video that I do then, and then the rest of them in audio files, or a combination of two? Because like for the type of content I have, they're gonna need like certain types of either videos or audio files. I would want them to have for that.
I don't want you focused on whether it should be video or audio. I want you to get this course organized.
Right.
Don't worry about
Okay.
that. Don't worry about that. I want to
Okay.
see your module 1. Okay.
Okay.
So, let's use, let me come back over here. And yes, you can share your screen, TV. Okay,
Is the
so
homework in module 1? I'm sorry, I gotta go soon. Not module 1. Is the homework already in the Discord?
Is what now?
The homework, is that already in the Discord?
It is. It's under
Okay.
homework and resources.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You got it. You got it. So before you share your screen, so Charlene, okay, let me look at Charlene's example, because hers is getting there, but it's not there quite yet. Okay.
You gonna pull it up?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I posted it out there. Thank
I know
you.
you did.
Yeah, she
All
posted
right,
it for the streets.
this is
Come
your
on,
course.
Charlene. Oh Lord.
What I need help on is how to upload my video. I put a cry for help.
You got my numbers. There ain't no excuses.
Okay, I called. I put a cry. I should have put some tears out there, but I don't know how to upload my video.
She over there embarrassing me with
Yeah,
my
I'm
Word
embarrassed.
document. Stop, Charlene. Stop it.
Okay, so this is what you gave us. You didn't give it to me like this. I had my team put this together real quick.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought Charlene did that. I was about to be like,
No,
ooh.
I
I was about to be like,
come on,
Charlene, come
Cat.
on, don't do
Come
me
on,
like that now.
Professor. You better upgrade. I'm like, I didn't know
She
what that
said,
was. That's
upgrade me.
beautiful.
I'm through.
I like targeting women too. I can really talk targeting women. That's even better.
She said, that's my course. That ain't my course. Yes, it is.
Ooh, I'm waiting on her to pull it up. Woo, let me stand up.
Huh.
Come on in.
So we're getting there. Okay. So I just had them put this together because I wanted you to see where where you going with this. I want you to see it in real life. Okay. Want you to see it coming to life. So we started putting this. I just told them to do it. Okay. So as they start your course, I didn't know what your colors were or any of that. So you started off with defining emotional intelligence. And of course, we didn't have any of your content we didn't have all your content and all of that, but I just had what you gave us. Okay. How you like your course?
I'm smiling that my sisters got my professional sisters. I'm looking. I'm just smiling.
Okay. And then you have recognizing and managing emotions. Okay. Let me see what they put up here. This just came from whatever you submitted. Okay. All right. It doesn't have any videos.
Gorgeous.
Hey girl. Now none of this does not include a module 1. Module 1 is not in here. This is, oh, they put your this is your framework.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it because when after you had last week when you said the framework, each module was each one of those steps. I thought I had too many. Now that's what I had at first. Is it okay to have that many?
You do. They are too much. I think
I thought it was too many.
They are. It is too many.
I'll work on that.
Okay. So they just put some things up here so that you can see.
Okay.
Right.
Really nice.
But this is these are just samples. These are just samples, and I gave them some audio. Hold on, let me see. Hello, welcome to the class on emotional intelligence. What you're seeing in front of you is what you will be seeing. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that, but this is just like playing around. I wanted them to. Oh, did they get to that? Okay. I wanted them to put something together so that you could kind of, oh, they put one of my videos in there. Are you tired of selling? Okay, they put like a video in there just so you can kind of see what you can do. Oh, and they put a little quiz in there too. So you could do like a little knowledge check or something like that.
And I want it like that. That's pretty cool.
Okay, awesome.
For the questions and stuff. That's beautiful.
Awesome.
So once I make my changes, can I just put it in the main classroom and show you how I restructure everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your assignment that is due next week is module 1.
Right.
Module 1.
I thought module
yes,
1 was due. So that wasn't due. I thought that was due today. That wasn't due today.
Today is lab day.
Today's lab day.
Today is lab day. Are you getting my email, Charlene?
Yeah, but let me ask you something. Next week,
I read my emails. I get them. I didn't say I read them.
Oh, no, not emails. You mean the Discord?
Well, yes, but also we send out emails too to remind you.
No, I haven't received no emails from you. I don't think.
No? Okay.
No, I don't think so. Just Discord.
Okay, there should have been an email this morning, and okay, and yeah. Well, anyway, your assignment is due. I gave y'all 2 weeks to do it. Today is your lab day to work on it. Okay, because it's due next week. Okay, so So this is what I want you to see, Charlene,
Yes,
that
ma'am.
these are your core framework modules. Okay. This is your core framework. You have not set any expectations for me. You have not told me if I need any tools or equipment. You have not given me a mindset lesson to think about. You have not set the expectations.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
In this,
I did.
in this.
Well, I submitted 2 things today, but I did do that. Everything you
Oh, okay.
I
well,
sent
maybe it was in
I
something else.
uploaded 2 PowerPoints PDFs today. I did do that.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we missed that one. Maybe we
They
missed
was right
that.
together. They was like about 2 minutes apart. I submitted them at the same time last night before I went to bed because I thought they would do last night.
Oh, my sound
Ah,
effect didn't
I
work.
did submit everything you just said. I
Charlene
submitted
said,
it
yes,
separate.
I did.
I know that's real.
My
Huh?
sound effect didn't
Charlene
work.
said, yes, I did. Yes, I did. Okay, so,
Everything you just said, I'm like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. And
okay,
I called
so
it already
know.
Sound effect.
crazy.
so let's do this. Why
See
don't
if
we
you,
do
see if you
this?
sit out there. It's not.
Uh-huh.
See if you
Since
sit
you
out
are-
there because I'm not on Discord. Let me
Okay,
click
well,
on-
since you're not on Discord?
I mean, I'm not on it right now. I can click on it, but I did. I submitted them both right.
Can
2
you do
minutes
me a
apart.
favor? Can you do me a favor and and share your screen and show the second one?
Okay, yes, ma'am. Let me see if I can find it.
I want to go ahead and give you some feedback in real time, just in case you need to go back and make some edits for next week.
Okay, let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to see.
No worries. Take your time.
And I need to talk to you. Remember I told you on the first Monday of the month, I have my other church meeting that I have to be active in. So I won't be on next week. So I need to know what I need to do. That's why I'm trying to do everything today and tomorrow.
Yeah. So yeah, well, if you show it to me, I can give you some feedback in real time. Does
Okay.
anybody else have a draft or something that y'all want to go over? Because this is our last live class before your assignment is actually due.
Okay, I'm trying to share my screen. So
yep, just click on that little, just hover over that little, yep, there you go.
See these 2 right here?
Uh-huh.
My video script, then my module 1.
Got you.
So
Open up module
this
1
right here.
Open module 1, please. I want to say that's what I saw, but open up, go ahead and open it up.
It's up or down. Can you see it?
Stop sharing and then share again. You'll have to stop sharing and then share again. Yeah. And while you're doing that, I want to remind you all about the how to pitch your course, how to pitch to companies and schools. It's coming up on Wednesday. If you all want to get in, it's half price for the next, oh God, I don't remember, but it's half price. If y'all want to get in on that class, it's Wednesday at 6 p.m. or Saturday at 10 a.m. Do you all have the link for that? Somebody who asked me about that. Somebody asked me, and I said I would bring it into class. Okay, just remind me before I get it. It was you. Okay, I got you, Amalia. Okay, I'll put it in here. I'll put it in here before we get off class. No worries. Okay, so
Can
okay.
you see it?
I do.
So this is my module 1. Then this is my table of contents and everything I had in module 1.
Okay, stand by. Let me put my eyes on this real quick. Where do you talk about the expectations, engagement, foundation? Let me see.
Right, all these right here. Then I went down and explained all of them. This is welcome. When you start talking about activities, and that's where it is. See, that's my welcome. The activities for them to watch the video, and then I asked a question. That was activity 1. Then introductions, how they introduce themselves, course overview. Those was my. I was going to make these my foundational. Right here. I tell them about all the modules to come up. Like this is module one. Then these are the other four that I want to have to create.
Okay, so
Then I
those
talk
are
about-
not really, they're not really technically modules because there's really only one thing in it. So if you wanted this to be an e-learning, if you wanted this to be you know, an e-learning course, go back up, slide back up. Okay, right. Okay, right there. So you see right there where it says welcome and framework, that should be like welcome and introduction. Okay. And then right underneath there, go ahead and click another bullet point under welcome and introduction.
Oh, it's in PDF.
Oh, you can't type on it. Oh, okay. Well, underneath that should be, go back up to the top. Okay, good. Yep, all the way. Yep, stop right there. Underneath there, stop right there, should be another lesson on, if you wanted to have one on course overview, that's fine. Okay, but I don't think you need course overview and expectations. I think those could probably be one and the same. You could
Okay,
have,
so at the bottom, when I talked about expectations, I put that at the end.
no, expectations.
Right here, I had expectations right here.
No, expectations, we need expectations in the beginning.
Okay.
So you're gonna have welcome and introduction, then you can have your expectations. I'm not sure what you're talking about in foundations because I don't see any content for it.
Let me see.
Foundation, when standing on the foundation, tell me what you mean. Foundations of what?
Of the course, that the like core emotions. So the foundation of what emotions are, core emotions. So I use that word, maybe that wasn't the right word to use.
Well,
I'm talking about the foundation based on core emotions like anger, happy, joy, sadness, then delve deep into.
yeah.
So I was thinking about that.
Yeah, probably not.
Then
But
use
let's
the
go back up to the top. Let's go back up to the top. Okay, stop right there. Expectations, engagement. What do you mean by that?
What when you talked about how they need to be engaged. So that's my engagements. What I said right here, how they'll be interactive.
Okay, stand by. Let me see. I just want to make sure I'm seeing your thought
I
process.
might have had it all in the wrong place.
This program, hold on, let me see this for a second. This program is highly interactive, and there are a variety of learning methods we may use, including lectures, Examining emotions is best revealed through interaction and observation, so plan to be engaged at all times. Now when I think of engagement, I'm thinking of how you want me to engage in this course. Do you want me to check in and do a post once a week? Are you expecting me to, respond to two of my peers? Are you expecting me to schedule a one-on-one with the instructor throughout the course? That to me is engagement. So your
I put that
module
probably on the
one,
expectations too. So
your
I
module
mixed up
one,
expectations and engagement. You see expectations right here. I might have mixed them up because
yeah. And that's okay. That's okay. See, I think, and that's fine. It's that way we can streamline some of this. Okay. So I need something where we can type on something.
I need to go out to the Word document then.
That's fine. Yep. So I kind of see what you've done here, but it needs to be organized. Expectations, the learning objective, key participants. Okay. I mean, most of that is okay for expectations, but I don't want to see it as bullet points. I want to see it as paragraph form where you a script, like paragraph form. I want to see it written out where I know what you're telling me on not just bullet points, okay?
Okay.
But don't worry about no activities right now. No activities. I don't really want to see all that for module one. Module one. So I know you're thinking about it as like a workshop. I want you to have, you can always break it out to a workshop. Okay. I want you to get out of this something that you don't have already.
Okay.
Okay. So your module one, lesson one is welcome and introduction. Module one, lesson two, class expectations. Module one, lesson three is, I don't know, you gotta scroll back up for me to see, but that's gonna be, looks like you have, that's gonna be, I think expectations and engagement can be together. Okay, Ayana. Okay. Okay, expectation and engagement can go together. You don't have to separate those two. Okay, engagement meaning how do you want me to engage in the class?
Okay.
You do not need a course overview.
Okay.
Aaliyah, do you know how to use that software? Um,
No, ma'am, I don't know how to use it. I just know when you were just showing us the last course that you guys had helped put together, it was using that software, so I just didn't know if that was something that you recommended or just something that you'd use for that example.
Just for that example. Just for that example. I don't, just if you're not familiar with it, and that is one of the tools of the trade that we use. We use a lot of them, but that's one of them. And the reason why a lot of people don't have it or use it is because it's kind of expensive. Um, it's I don't know exactly how much it is now, but I know it's upwards of $2,000 for the suite.
What course? What is
So,
this?
um, some of the tools that we use, what she saw was just a review link, okay? But some of the tools, it's a combination of tools that we use. So that particular suite is almost $2,000. That's the Articulate suite.
That's the name of it, the Articulate Suite?
Articulate. But we also use Captivate, Adobe. So, you know, but I recommend it? I say no. Because it's really not for consumer use. It's a
More of a
technical,
business
yeah.
platform.
And if you're not using it enough to justify the price, and if you then on top of that you don't know how to use it, it's gonna be
More of an
okay.
expense. Okay.
It's not one of them things you want to just invest in just because. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Thank you for clarifying that for me.
yeah, you're welcome. But the good news is that you now know somebody who does have all those tools. Okay. So you don't have to purchase it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Um, okay, so Charlene, for you, okay, are you with me on that, right? And
I
I
am.
like
Y'all did actual steps like So I was putting stuff in here for them to do, and they don't need to be doing none of this. This is another module.
No, because I'm having you to build out your e-learning program because you don't have that. You do not have an e-learning program. So, and most of you all don't. So your assignment is to build out your modules for your e-learning program. That's the most time consuming, and that is the most, technical, because you're not going to be there. So because you're not going to be there, somebody is going to be taking this course at 2 o'clock in the morning or after a hard day's work. You're not going to be there. So that means it has to be crystal clear.
And that's how my class is now. Majority of my students work between 1 and 3 and 4 a.m. when I grade out, when I'm looking at the time. So exactly what they're doing now.
Exactly.
All of us, in college, they all more probably do at night than daytime because most of them work full-time jobs.
Right. So I want you to go back and revise this. You don't have a lot to do. You really don't. You don't have a lot to do. You've done a lot of the groundwork. But when I look at yours and when I look at anybody's, I should see module 1, lesson 1, module 1, lesson 2, module 1, lesson 3, so on and so forth.
Okay.
I shouldn't see anybody's core content in there. I shouldn't see anybody's framework in their module 1. Nobody's core content should be in module 1. This is you putting them on the starting block, you putting them in the right mindset, telling them what they need, what they're going to have to do, what they're going to have to think about, what they're going to have to, get them prepared to jump into the course.
So what kind of action steps? Because I put these, so the first 2 look like they may not apply, huh?
Let me look. Let me see. Take action and make sure. No. So a typical module 1 first action, micro action, is introduce yourself in a group and tell us why this course is important to you, or tell us what you hope to get out of this course, or tell us what.
That's what I have right here.
You get what I'm saying? Like this is a micro action just to get us started.
So that's what I have right here. What are you expecting to gain from this course? So I have some of those courses, but it's all throughout. But I don't need none of that. Just take all that out, make it a little, and just put a couple of them at the end for action steps.
Because
I got the introduction at the top. They don't need to do that at the top either. So I have introduce yourself, your name. None of that.
You don't need all that. So remember that because they're going to be by themselves, typically you want some kind of activity that's going to bring them back into the community. Okay, they're working on it at 2 o'clock in the morning. So typically you want to give them an activity that kind of forces them back into the community. Go in the community and introduce yourself. Go in the community and tell us such and such and such. Go in the community and reply to 2 of your peers. Because otherwise they're just going to stay, right, because otherwise they're just going to stay out there floating around.
And it's great dialogue. It is so good to listen and read what they have back and forth. So that is amazing. I love it. They love it too.
Right. So what you're doing is you're acclimating them, you're cultivating them to the expectation. Okay. So that's why I'm saying you're like 90% there.
Wow.
But you see how your course was laid out in paragraph form? I had some paragraphs. So you have some paragraphs in there. I'm talking about the stuff my team put together for you. You had like some paragraphs in there. You had a graphic. You had this and that. Now we're not doing all the storyboarding because we don't really have time for it. But you're doing, at least I'm able to read through what you're going to be telling me in each one of those lessons. That's all module 1. And then that's it. Full stop. Full stop. Now, when we get back together again, next thing we're going to do, guess what we're going to do? We're going to start building out that core content. We're going to start building out the core content. But now you're 80% of the way there because you've already got it kind of lined out, right? But I need you to get that module 1 done first.
Okay. Thank you.
You got it.
You helped a lot. Thank you.
You got it. Okay, anybody else have any questions or anything that you want me to review?
I can share my screen now.
Sure.
Judge me, y'all.
Not at all. Not at all. We here to learn.
That's what everybody's saying now.
We
Okay.
listen and we do judge. No, I'm
Yeah,
just
thank
kidding.
you. I know.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure. So module 1, that's going to be just one main module. It's not going to be a module for every lesson of your framework. I think I'm kind of confusing the two. When it comes to your success and roadmap and expectations, I said over the next 4 modules, you will know, and then I'll go into talking about the framework. You said take the framework out of the module 1?
I shouldn't see your main content in module 1. No. I should not see your main content in module 1. Okay, so when I see your main content, if you're explaining to me, oh, let me see. Lord, help me to explain it well. So if you are explaining to me, hang on one second. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna share my screen really quickly, TB, and then I promise I'll circle back. I just wanna let me just build this out real quick. Let me share my screen, and hopefully this will give you a visual that'll make it clear.
Okay.
All right. All right, you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to do a course on how to build a gourmet peanut butter and jelly sandwich. All right, so title and content, okay. Module 1 is getting started. Module 1, lesson 1, welcome and introduction. That tells me a little bit about you, why you decided to do this, why this is important to you, all the things we talked about already.
Yeah.
Module
That was
1.
one of the assignments, right?
Yep, it sure was.
Right.
Yep.
Yes. Okay.
So now we're on to module 1, lesson 2. Okay, might be class expectations. I don't know. Module 1, lesson 3. What else I need in module 1, lesson 3? I'm not gonna do all the work. What else I need in module 1, lesson 3? If I'm learning how to build a gourmet peanut butter and jelly sandwich, what else might I need to know before I even get started building anything?
The materials that are needed.
Ingredients.
Yes.
Okay, ingredients. So I'm gonna need class ingredients and materials.
And materials.
What else might I need?
Okay. You're going to need
The recipe.
Yeah, you got expectations.
Maybe if there's different workbooks or guides needed to complete the course.
So our module 1, lesson 4 might be using the workbook. So maybe here in this lesson, you explain to me how you want me to use the resource you gave me, how you want me to use the workbook. How should I see the workbook? Because if you don't tell me, I might never crack it open. So maybe I say, here's how I want you to use the workbook. Use it as you go, flip through the pages that you need. There are some pages in the back that have blank pages. You can use that for your own custom recipes. And I don't know, I'm making it up, but you might need to tell me how to use the resource that you gave me.
Okay.
Okay, module 1, lesson 5. Okay, let's wrap it up here. Okay, we know we got, so we don't need 89 lessons for
Recipe.
module 1.
Steps.
Nope, we're not getting into the core of how to do it. We just helping me get on the launching pad. Okay, so I'm just going to tell them first step. First step is go to our private and tell me what.
Introduce yourself.
What else?
Private community. Can it also be like a video, inspiration video, watch a video or something like that?
Could.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You could do that, or you could say, watch, well, you definitely could say, if that's your micro step, you can say, watch the video on the history of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yes. Or either a reflection, asking them a question to do something.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You can definitely ask them a question. You can ask them to go get something and bring it near. You can ask them to clear their space because they're going to need a clean kitchen. You know, go ahead and clean your kitchen, and then I'll see you in the first lesson. I don't know. But whatever you think the little micro step is, and then basically it gets them, jumps them in with an activity and says, okay, I'll see you in the next lesson. Okay.
Okay.
So now module 2, what's going to be our module 2?
Is that the start of the framework?
Absolutely. 1000%. Ding, 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 ding.
Okay. Okay.
That is the start of the framework. Module 2 should be the first part of your framework. If your first part of your framework is selecting, because remember we're using our action word, selecting the best ingredients. So if I want to select the best ingredients, I might, now module 2, lesson 1 might be setting a budget. I have no idea.
Okay.
Okay, because in order to select the best ingredients, we have to know what your budget allows for. Okay.
Balling on a budget.
There
PBJ on a budget.
you go. There you go. Module 2, lesson 2. Okay, module 2, lesson 2. What else are we doing having to do with best ingredients?
Going to the store, or you purchasing?
Okay, so maybe we have to know where to get those ingredients. I like that, right? So
Yes.
deciding where you will purchase.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else we need to know about selecting the best ingredients? So maybe how maybe distinguishing between high quality ingredients and low quality ingredients. High quality and low quality. Something like that. I have no idea. Okay.
Name brand. Name brands.
Okay, yep, there you go. So that's something within this lesson we can talk about. Hey, does name brand always mean the best? And how, how we're going to distinguish that. Okay, so there we are. Okay, now if we the next module is going to be 3. What might be our second part of our framework? We already dealt with ingredients. What else?
I think you had preparing the workspace.
I like it. Preparing your workspace. So lesson 1 might be, first of all, deciding on your workspace. Maybe I'm not in the kitchen. Maybe I'm outside at a park having an outing, right? Deciding on your workspace. What else? Maybe what? Ensuring you have
Clean area.
okay, I like it. I like
Yes, the right equipment.
what's
That's
that
what I
now?
was. I was gonna say right equipment, yes, like knives or whatever you do to spread your peanut butter, however.
That's right. That's right. And I like who said that about cleanness?
Me, Angel.
Angel. I like what you said about maintaining a sanitary workspace.
These are all great action words.
Yes.
Okay. And then maybe lesson 4 could be what is this about workspace? Preparing your workspace. Enlisting the help of others, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you want to bring your kids in, maybe assigning roles, what everybody's going to do in the workspace and how everybody's going to keep it clean and together. I have no idea, but something along those lines, right? Okay, so now, so we've got selecting the best ingredients, preparing your workspace. What's going to be the next one?
I think the next one was for your task. Make the sandwich, basically.
There you go. All right, so assembling your sandwich. All right, so module 4, lesson 1 might be what?
Let's see.
Shall we talk about health and safety? Example, how to not to cut your hand, how to use the knife properly or something like this.
What to do now?
Health and safety.
You're a little bit muffled.
We shall talk about health and safety.
She
Oh,
said
safety.
health and safety.
Example,
Absolutely.
how to use the knife, make sure you're not gonna cut yourself, use the right tools,
I like it. So where should we put that?
Module 3.
Yeah, before we start to making the sandwich. I think. Like
At the
before
beginning,
you
health and
start to
safety
put it
should be at the
together.
beginning. It should
Absolutely.
be
Who
Yeah,
said
the
that? Who
beginning.
said that?
Charlene.
Who said that?
Charlene, it should be at the very beginning, getting started.
It should
Safety
be-
is important.
It should be at the beginning.
The very
It should be at the beginning. So we can talk about it here in terms of ingredients and materials. We probably could slide it in there. But if we think that, there's going to be a more extensive conversation about that, then we can talk about safety.
Yeah, especially if they're doing it with the kids.
That's right. Very good. Excellent. I love it. Very good. All right. So we're going to put it up here because we need to know about that up front, don't we?
Yeah.
All right, Amaya.
Very good. Okay. So now let's go back down here. So now we're on assembly. So let's kind of look at what we need. Well, how about deciding on assembly method?
Yeah.
Okay, are we gonna do are we going to do, I have no idea, we're making this up. Are we gonna do 2 pieces of bread? Are we gonna do 2 crackers? Are we
Yeah.
gonna do, I don't know, You know, however, you know, we're gonna do
banana.
peanut butter and jelly on a pancake. Well, how we assemble it, are we going to assemble it where it's traditionally where the filling all goes on the inside, or we're gonna put some on the outside with another piece of bread on the outside? Is it gonna be a double assembly, or is it just gonna be like a single stack? I don't know.
Okay.
I'm making it up, but right. So we're gonna decide on the assembly method. Okay, we are going to do what? We're going to wait a minute, did we do ingredients?
Mm,
Did we
Yeah,
do ingredients?
we did a class of ingredients.
Hang on. We missed some steps here. Lesson 2 should be
gathering the ingredients or
well, first we have to determine what ingredients we're going to use. Okay, so it could be based on, first we have to decide what are we going to use, right? Because we already told them up here that, hold on. No, we didn't tell them that. Hold on. We did not tell them that their mindset should be one of like creativity and kind of like bringing their own personality into it, as well as their family persona. And maybe we have them do like a little assessment that kind of helps them to determine what kind of peanut butter and jelly sandwich is right for them. Okay, so the reason why we need to do this, because based on what their persona is, huh? Somebody said something? Okay, that's okay. Based on what their persona is and their level of creativity, they may decide, hey, that's going to determine what kind of ingredients we get, right? If I'm plain Jane, maybe I don't want to get all fancy. Maybe I just want to, you know, maybe I don't want to get fancy with it. I do want a great peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and maybe I don't want to get super fancy. Okay. So now that we have the mindset right, so here we're going to tell them that depending on the level of creativity, your family persona, what your personality type, whatever kind of peanut butter and jelly, is yours going to be gourmet? Is it going to be plain Jane, or is it going to be non-traditional? I have no idea, I'm making it up. Okay, so then that will tell us what type, that will help us to determine the ingredient, determine ingredients to be used. It also has to do with allergies. Do I have to think about that? Maybe I need some other kind, maybe I don't need peanut butter if I'm allergic to peanuts, things to think about here.
So you mentioned an activity on the first one, so they can do an activity assessment is to me an activity, and the one you typed at the bottom just a few minutes ago. So we can, or that's for mine they can't, but this one can, but mine's been an e-course. It can have an activity, but
you can give them a pre-assessment.
Because I had a pre-assessment that I was going to do in module 2.
Well, if it's pre, it's before. So, I mean, but you can have them do an assessment in module 2. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
But you have an activity on the previous slide. That's okay to have that activity right there.
If you need it, yes. So in this case, we kind of need it because this is going to help them. That's going to build on this. This is going to help me to determine what kind of ingredients are best, because now I know what my persona is because we did it in the pre-assessment.
Okay.
Okay. Now, so we're going to talk about allergies. We're going to talk about the different types of breads, the different types of jellies, the different types of other ingredients, non-traditional ingredients, homemade ingredients. I have no idea, but we're going to determine the type of ingredients, and then we're going to decide where to purchase those ingredients. And then once we're there, we're going to teach them how to determine whether or not it's high quality or low quality. Okay. All right, preparing that, assembling your sandwich. All right. Okay. So we've got we got 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. Deciding on crust versus no crust. Okay. And here you're going to let me know, hey, if it's gourmet, you want no crust, and here's why, and here's some ways that you can make it no crust. It don't have to just be cut like, with a traditional knife. You can bevel it, you can make it look fancy, or blah, blah, blah. Okay. You can, okay, assembly method, okay, and deciding on crust versus no crust. Okay, here we can talk about whether or not we're going to toast it or not. Toast it or not, da, da, da. Okay. So now we have how many parts to our framework? If we were to go back and look at this, how many parts did we have of our framework? If this is it, how many parts did we start out with of our framework?
3.
Absolutely, 1000%. We had a 3-part framework, okay? And can somebody tell me what our learning objective was for this course? I'm gonna start here. What was our learning objective? Your first word should be by. Second
And
word.
that will be in module 1.
You should be able to look at this and tell me what learning objective we started with.
Oh, okay.
By
the end of this course.
There you go. Come on, give me the learning objectives.
Oh, I thought you were trying to make us think really deep.
Nope.
Okay.
By the end of this course,
You will be able to know how to make a gourmet peanut butter and jelly.
Go in order. Go in order.
Oh.
You will be able to
select the best ingredients.
Absolutely. You'll be able to do what next?
Prepare your workspace.
Prepare your workspace.
And by the end of this course, you'll be able to
assemble your sandwich.
Done.
Okay.
And didn't we do this work? Didn't we do this already?
Yes. Yes.
Y'all started off with the learning objectives. So remember, so I should be able to follow your course, and I should be able to go and look at it. And so if I started here with the welcome and introduction, and I said, welcome to the course on how to make an amazing peanut butter and jelly sandwich. My name is Kat Dunn. And ever since I was a little girl, I always loved peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And I always thought that it had to be just plain Jane, just regular peanut butter and jelly. But over the years, I set out to create the most amazing peanut butter and jelly sandwich ever. And not only have I done that, I put it together in this course where you're going to learn also how to use your creativity and personality to build the peanut butter and jelly sandwich of your dreams. So in this course, By the time we're done, you'll be able to select the best ingredients for your peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You'll also be able to prepare your workspace, and you'll be able to assemble your sandwich all ready for your family to enjoy. So with that, let's get started.
So the framework is listed in module 1.
It's the learning objectives that's in module 1. And your learning objectives are based on your framework.
Okay. And that's why that's why I was getting the confusion. Like, okay. Got it.
Your framework, you had to start with your framework because I needed you to tell me what your process is. I don't know your process. You are the expert. You know your process better than anybody. So I had to have you all do the process first. Once you were able to explain to me, see, that's something ChatGPT cannot tell me. You have the experience, you have the expertise, you've been doing this forever, so you know how you want your students to do it. So that's why we started with the framework. Now that you have the framework, now that's going to turn into your learning objectives. By the end of this course, you will be able to do all the things in your framework. Now that we have the learning objectives, now that we have the framework, now we're going to put them on a launch pad to actually do the framework, do the learning objectives. But before we can tell them to do it, we got to set them up for success. We need a little launch pad. That's your module 1. Module 1 is going to get me started. What do I need to do? What do I need to know before I get on into it? So that's your module 1. Then after that, you're smooth sailing. Now you can give me your framework. That's your module 2, module 3, module 4, and module 5 if you have a 4-part framework.
Okay.
This is why ChatGPT can't help you with all this. Because ChatGPT is not going to tell me what I want my people to know. I want my people to think about the sanitary workspace. I want my people to think about whether or not they should toast their bread or not. ChatGPT is not going to tell you whether that's important to you and your audience for them to know. It can't tell you that. Make sense? Now what we're going to do, we're not going to do it now, but what we're going to do after this is now we're going to insert more of you all, Angel, Carlisa, Aaliyah, Charlene, all of you all, right? So now you get to tell me stories in between here. Now you get to tell me about when you went to the grocery store and you thought that you had to use the pumpernickel bread that was sitting on the shelf and didn't realize that you could go to the actual bakery and have them to custom order you the fresh pumpernickel to use for that, and that is what you recommend. This is how your course is going to stand out. This is how it's not going to be cookie cutter and off the shelf. Don't nobody want that no more. So this is where you're going to insert, okay, stories, anecdotes, analysis, your experience, your expertise, your stories, all the things, right? That's where that comes in, but we're not there yet, but we're almost there. First thing I have to do is get you all to have an organized course based on your expertise, not ChatGPT. ChatGPT could never. Can y'all see this now? Can y'all see where I'm going?
Yes.
Okay. This is why you don't want a generic course. It cannot tell you what's important to you for your audience to know. There it is. Okay. That was fun, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, very good. So hopefully that clears some things up. In fact, I think I'm going to package that and put it in your resources. I'll have the team do that. Okay, let me see. We are at the 2 hour and 13-minute mark. Okay, for the sake of the recording. All right, very good. All right, so TB, did you want to still share your screen? You probably done fell asleep. You okay?
No, I ain't fall asleep.
I'm just messing with you. Okay. Hopefully that was helpful. All right, but you are welcome to share your screen.
I just got one more question real quick.
Sure.
So, since I'm changing my entire framework to fit what I just showed you,
Say it again now. I'm sorry.
since I changed my entire framework to what I just showed you, do I need to do another framework or can
No,
I
use your
just,
framework you had. Just follow the instructions of what I just gave.
okay,
Use the
so,
framework you have. You don't have to redo your framework.
okay, thank you.
As long as it makes sense to you, and that's what you want your learners to know.
Okay, so I can just go with
You're
what
welcome,
I showed you
Carlisa.
tonight and just tweak it.
Yes.
Okay, because I felt like I had too many pillars anyway. Thank you.
You got it. Okay. TV.
All right, there we go. See what we got here. All right, so this is the script, all of that stuff that we've already turned in. And then I go here to module 1 of what I have.
Mm-hmm.
Do you need me to slow down or are you good?
No, I just needed a little bit bigger if that's possible.
Uh,
Okay, okay, okay. A little bigger. There you go. Okay. Now I understand. Okay, my question is da 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 da. Okay, I need your welcome and intro.
welcome and intro's right here. Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Okay. What else do I need to know or do or see or have or feel before I get started?
So it's saying right here. So this is the intro right here. Well, part of the intro, I guess. And then this is the things that you're gonna get, I guess, out of the course.
Okay, stand by. Um, do I need to get travel documents and gather all of that, research country laws? Do I need to do all of that before I can even get started?
Well, to get started, I mean, I in this current climate, I think you need to get your passport, but I mean that's to each his own. But neither here nor there.
Well, what I want to know is Module 1, Lesson 1, Module 1, Lesson 2, Module 1, Lesson 3. So, welcome and introduction to the class, expectations. I need to know what? Tools and equipment or mindset? Is there anything I need to be
So that
thinking
comes
about?
down here, right here, where I said, so how much time is it gonna take? What you need? So do I need to move this up to
You
the
do.
top?
You do. You do. Uh-huh. So you too, you have like, I see you have a lot of what you need, but it needs
It
to be
just need to be
organized.
rearranged. They
Yes,
just need
it
to be
is
reorganized.
correct. Based on what we talked about, okay, based on what I just showed you, that example with the PB&J, let's go back and let's pull out those pieces, the expectation, the welcome and intro, the if there's a mindset piece, and I think there is a mindset shift with yours. With most courses, there is some kind of mindset set shift that needs to take place. Like, for example, I need to understand that it is possible to travel and ball on a budget. Some people don't think that that's even possible, or they think that it's hard, or they think that, so maybe you need to talk to them about how they may be thinking about this, or maybe they think that they have to sacrifice a quality trip just because it's on a budget. Talk to them about that. A lot of
Because
times we think our audience is ready when they're not ready. They need to hear from you.
so like this part right here where it says what this course is about and why it matters.
There you go. Yes, I like that. I like that as part of your introduction. Module 1.
Well, I thought this was the module, and I had the other pieces that you saw above.
No,
That was part of my framework. And maybe I'm getting the two words confused, but
you are. Module 1 is just the launch pad. It does not go into depth of core content. It's going to tell me what I need. It's going to set my expectations for the class.
it's the table of contents.
No, it's not a table of contents. It's expectations. It's telling me what I need. It's telling me, like, hey, maybe I'm thinking that I already have to have a trip planned in order to be successful in this course. Maybe not. So maybe you need to tell me in the beginning, well, how to approach this course if I don't know where I want to go yet. Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it okay? Is it not okay? I need you to help me to address things that I need to know, and I can't tell you that. That is why this is y'all's work. You have to tell me based on your experience. I'm a newbie. I ain't never been nowhere. Or I'm somebody who always spent a lot of money on travel, but now I don't have to. I'm trying to do something different. What do I need to know? That is part of your work. That's why I want y'all to work through it. I don't want y'all to tell me, I don't want you to give me framework stuff. Don't tell me how to get a passport. Don't tell me where to go on Expedia. Don't tell me none of that. Get me started. If I'm going to need internet and a notebook and if I need to sign up for some sites, if I need to get a Google Doc ready, if you have a spreadsheet you want me to use, all of that. If that's it, I need to have that in module 1. And then you're going to give me your lessons. Module 1, lesson 1, module 1, lesson 2, module 1, lesson 3, module 1, lesson 4. Give me a small activity, a micro activity to do to get me started, get me in the mood, and then boom, we're off to the races.
All right, so move to what you need up to the front, create the micro
activity, but that's at the end. That's like module 1, lesson 4, or lesson 5, whatever's at the end. That's in there. At the end, you're going to give me an activity.
Give me an activity.
Okay, so you are the same. You're 90% there. We're almost there. We just need some.
It sound cool when you in the class, but then when you leave this class, it's like, man, what a
No, then what I want you to do is go back, because we just laid out peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Yours is it's the same. It's the same. Go back and look at our peanut butter and jelly sandwich module 1 and see what we did. That is exactly what you should be doing. Except I want to see it laid out. I don't want to see just an outline. I want to see some paragraphs. I want to see what you're saying. I want to see it written out.
all right.
I want to make sure you're clear.
I'm not, but okay.
Tell me what, no, tell me what you're not clear about.
I don't know. I'm getting frustrated.
Be frustrated. I want you to be clear. So, module 1 is about springboard. It's about getting me ready before I can go out and do any of these things. What do I need to do, think, feel, be? Get me in the right mindset. I need a module 1 lesson. Module 1, lesson 1 should be your welcome and introduction. Module 1, lesson 2, maybe expectations for your class. What is the expectation? Do you expect me to work on this 7 days a week? Do a module every day, do a lesson every day? Do you expect me to use the course just as needed? Do you expect me to be able to float around the way I want to, or can I take it in any order, or do I have to take it in the order that you see? I don't know. You got to set the expectations for me. You got to tell me what I'm gonna need. If you already have that section, so you just need to move it up. What am I going to need? What do I need to do? Do I need to be?
So I
What if
did
I'm
say
not
that. So I said that in this part here. It says in this.
it's way too low down. It's way too far down, and
Where is it at?
I shouldn't have to search for it. So bring it up, okay? And you tell me what lesson that is in module 1. Is that module 1, lesson 3, module 1, lesson 2? What you need, you decide. That's your homework,
So it
okay?
says, so how much time is it going to take? So that part needs to go up.
I like it. I like it. Mm-hmm. But how long is what gonna take?
It says, let's be honest, we learn at our own pace, but if you want a serious time frame, you can learn all of this in 4 to 6 weeks.
I like it. Put it under expectations.
And I said, now that doesn't mean your documents in flight will be ready, but you will have the tools, and it's just a matter of time before you've mastered this, like tying your shoes.
I like it, but it's not long enough. It's just,
Elaborate
I
more.
mean,
Got you. I
yeah,
got you.
elaborate on that, okay? Tell me why. Why is that okay? Why is it not okay? What's okay, what's not? Why is it important? Why, so that's something for you to tell me.
Elaborate more on this.
Okay, I want to make sure you're clear because it's our last live class before this assignment is due. And we need to move on to the core topics. So that's why I want you all to spend this week and let's get module 1 tightened up.
Well, at least I have something to give you to say I'm on the right path or not.
You have a lot of what you need, but then there's a lot of stuff I don't see, and I want to see it organized. Give me module 1, lesson 1, module 1, lesson 2, module 1, lesson 3, module 1, lesson 4, and give me your activity, and you're done.
For one. So because I have the framework of travels as 7 steps, that does not necessarily mean I have 7 steps, is what you're saying. I mean, 7 modules.
That's correct. You probably, if each one is a module, then that means you probably have more like 10. Because you got module 1, so that's 8. You might have a closing module with some things in there, so that's 9. You might have a whole nother module that's all about technology. I don't know. And that might be 10.
But this is the framework that you was asking about. So this is what I'm trying to go based off of this
And
information
you will
here.
go based off of that. That's your core content.
The core content. Okay.
That's your core content. That is your core content. That has nothing to do with module 1. Module 1 is my springboard. Module 1 is not on there at all. By the end of this course, you will be able to plan and research, plan da-da-da. By the end of this course, you'll be able to such as whatever, all that you had up there.
So right here, so in this course, you will learn the key ingredients traveling abroad and doing it on budget. You can have the master.
So what I would do is, since yours is so long, because you have like 8, 9, 10 letters all in your framework.
Seven.
Explain that. And I have a 7-part framework. You will see that it spells out the word travels. Like, tell them, make it plain. I have a 7-part framework that is going to get you to where you want to go, da 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 da, whatever, however you want to say it. Okay, by the end of this course, you'll be able to, and you have a lot of them, so you just gotta give it all to them, because what this does is allows them to map back to what you said they should be able to know by the end. It allows them to map back to it and say, oh, wait a minute, he said that I should be able to do A. Am I able to do A? Yeah, we covered that. Am I able to do B? Yeah, we covered that. Or the R in this case. Or am I able to do the A? Did he cover that? Yeah, we did cover that. The V, the E, the L, the S. Can I map back to it in the course somewhere? Yes? Okay, then yes, we did cover that. Good. Okay. That allows me as your learner, as your consumer, to go back and say, yes, I can check it off my list.
Can I show you what I've reworked so far, if that's okay?
Hold on one second. I'm gonna make sure the TB is okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
I'm gonna figure it out. God willing.
You will go back, listen to this video. Okay.
Where can we find this video at?
You will be able to find it in your replays on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay. By the morning you should be able to you should be able to have it in there. Okay. You have to let it render.
I got you. I know how that works. Trust me, I
Okay.
do this every week.
Okay, it'll be in there for you in the morning. Okay. So go back and start at like the 90-minute mark. Okay. That's when we started working on peanut butter and jelly and all that. And you're going to be, it's going to come to you. But this is exactly why you have to do your own course. This right here. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. You can go ahead and share your screen. Ba, 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 ba. Ain't no woman like the one I got now. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, I am going to put those of you all who want to come to the class tomorrow, I'll send this out in the email as well tomorrow. That is the link to join the class. You can use the discount code Hillman Talk to get 50% off. You can use the discount code Hillman Talk to get 50% off. That'll bring it to $48.50. If y'all want to come to that Wednesday night, and there's an encore on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Okay, we're going to go through the exact pitch deck. I'm going through slide by slide. I'm explaining it, and I'm giving you all the workbook that goes with it. Okay, and it comes with a personal consult. All right. Okay, now tell me what you're asking me. Hello. Hello, hello.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
Can you see what I have here? This is the revised version. I added my my case study into it to give more definition about what I want them to have for what actual leadership looks like, and I broke it down into the 3 sessions. And I'm still working through some of the stuff, but this is kind of like,
I need you to go ahead and what I want you to do is the same thing I suggested TV, because I'm looking at it
mhm,
and it's good, but it's not organized the way I want it. Okay.
okay,
I need to see the frame, the model that I've given you all. Okay. I need to give y'all, because I want y'all to think about it this way. Your learner is going to be overwhelmed. This is why a lot of learners get overwhelmed. This is why they can't finish courses. This right here,
okay,
what we're going through is what they have to go through when they take your course at 2 o'clock in the morning and they cannot figure it out.
okay. So,
So what I want you to do is take your time, step
okay,
away from it. You got like 90%, like this is great stuff, really great stuff,
okay,
but help them get there first. Get that module 1 done, and then we'll step into these things. Let me see that.
okay,
Go back and listen to this, okay?
okay.
All right. And
So this isn't it then, because like this was the module 1. These are the 3 lessons broken down into the 3 lessons.
reprogramming your subconscious. Go back up, go up. What are your
My mine was define. Let me go back up because I forgot my damn self at this point. Where is it? I had to refine it down because I'm trying to get like a baseline here to kind of like incorporate the rest of my stuff into.
I want you to work on it.
Okay.
I want you to work on it. Okay, you still have time.
Yes, ma'am.
A week. Y'all got it. You have a week. Okay, but that's why we're doing this, and that's why I gave you extra time, because I knew that this was going to be a challenge. Okay, so take your time, go back, watch the replay,
Okay.
review, and I promise you, you are right there. You are right there. I promise you.
Okay, because like I just want to make sure I went and actually put in the prompt so I can get like a little baseline of what I wanted to do and refine it down from there. With
That's fine,
with
but
me included.
make sure you're doing what I told you, not Chat GPT.
Oh, I'm doing exactly what you told me to do.
Okay, so then
Yes,
that
ma'am.
next week, I'm expecting to see module 1, lesson 1. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
But I want you to, let me see here. I see it, but it looks like it needs some adjusting.
Here's the prompt here. This is literally the prompt here for the very first one. Develop leadership, confidence, identity. Align your subconscious self-concept with success, authority, and high performance. And I broke it down so they could understand like how that would look with the real case studies to show them the difference with the different types of leaders and their styles.
I don't want to see that in module 1.
Okay, so
There's too much core content. We're not even there. We're not there yet. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I think you have some good stuff, but we're not there yet. I want to see just your module 1.
okay, so I'm pretty much doing the same thing that TV is doing.
Correct.
So I'm not trying to be funny, but I know you said it's not the table of contents, but the way you just showed me course 1, module 1, and
I
all
know
of
you
that.
want to think about it as a table of contents, and if that's what y'all want to do, go ahead. But I'm telling you, that's not what it is. So when we start getting to the other stuff and you're confused, and I told you don't think about it like a table of contents, then that's why. I know you want to think about it like that because that's your frame of reference, and I get that. But I'm trying to get you away from that, because that is how, I'm going to tell you what happens. That is how people think that they turned a book into a course, and all they did was take a book and put it online. That's all they did because of that. So that is why I am trying to get you away from thinking about it as a table of contents.
So now I'm confused.
Don't be, okay,
Sorry.
this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to do. We're not going to talk about it no more.
Yes, ma'am.
What I want y'all to do is go back and do the work. Watch this video. Go
Yes,
through
ma'am.
it. Look at what you already have done and
Okay.
organize it based on what I have said it needs to look like. That's what I want you to do. After you have redone it, after doing that, don't just throw me something together based on what ChatGPT said, okay?
Yes,
I'm gonna
ma'am.
throw it right on back, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So go back, take your time. You have a week. Rewatch this.
Okay.
Then put it together. You're not gonna have all this stuff. Cut all that stuff out. Make it easy. Put yourself in your learner's shoes. They are going to be confused, overwhelmed, and they're not going to be off to a good start. So that is why I am forcing the issue.
Can you put this video in the homework section of Discord once it processes?
No, there's a reason why I have you going to YouTube. And I don't want to set the expectation that I'm going to put it in 18 places. It's going to be in. Have you been watching the replays on YouTube?
I didn't even know there was replays. I did not know that there was a replay.
Sweet baby Jesus. Look at the pinned post that has been here. Some from day one. The pinned post at the top of Discord has the YouTube links for 101 and advanced 1001. The replay, the link to get to YouTube is right there. And that is where not only do you have the replays, I have extra resources that I put in there for you. And it is pinned at the top of this feed. Just go to the pinned post. Okay, you did, Amalia, you watched them? Okay, very good.
Yeah, I've been watching your replays.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so TB, that's where they're going to be.
Okay, so I will definitely redo that again anyway. So thank you.
You got it. You got it. Y'all got this. You got this. And this replay will be in the in your YouTube by tomorrow morning. All you gotta do
I'll
is click
just
the link. TB, I promise. All you gotta do is click the link. If you go to that pinned post, all you gotta do is click it, bloop, and it'll take you right to the YouTube. All you got to do is subscribe, click the notifications, and it'll take you right on in there, and you have all the replays from the very beginning, plus some extra stuff I put in there. BLK to Green Cat, I'll be teaching a financial literature. Oh, nice. I've included the financial course in the first module. Okay, perfect. Did you put it in the Discord, BLK?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. I will take a look at it.
Okay.
but I would
you.
definitely leave it alone for tonight and start over
Leave
because I
it
think I'm
alone. That's right. Clear
overthinking
your
it.
mind. Clear your mind. Okay. And then tomorrow morning, look at it with a fresh pair of eyes. Look at the replay.
Yeah.
And then work on it and then submit it. Okay.
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
give you some feedback on it.
Okay, thank you.
You got it. Okay. All right, you guys. All right. Don't look at it no more tonight. Don't look at it no more. Okay.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
got this. Y'all got this. I promise you, you do. Okay. All right.
I'm just kind of
We have a few weeks together, and I want y'all to get out of this what you need to get. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Okay. Everybody want everything easy, and nobody said it was going to be easy. Okay, when you're in class, it's like any other college class. Sometimes it's hard and you got to go back and you got to rework it and you got to come back, and that's just the way it is. Okay,
Yes,
but you will get it. Okay.
yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, you guys, enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay, look for the replay in the morning. And until then, y'all know what it is. Stay on course.
Can I submit my other paper to you somewhere for the advanced course class?
Yes, you can put it in the same place. You could just upload it. We'll get it.
Okay.
Yep,
Thank you.
you
Thank you
got it.
so much for class tonight, Professor
You're
Cat. It was an amazing
welcome.
class.
Oh, thank you. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so
All right.
much. I'm looking forward to great things. All right, you guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.